The 1990s gave television some of its most unforgettable characters, and many of the actors behind them still feel strangely present because their shows continue to be watched today. But several of those familiar faces are no longer with us. We are counting down from number 8 to number 1, and stay until the end, because the final actor played one of the most beloved father figures of the decade. His death still surprises viewers discovering the series for the first time. Before we begin, tell us in the comments which 1990s television show brings back the strongest memories for you, and subscribe for more tributes to the stars who made television unforgettable. Number 8 is Suzanne Somers. By the time the 1990s arrived, she was already famous for playing Chrissy Snow on Three's Company, but the decade gave her an entirely new television identity. In 1991, she joined Patrick Duffy in Step by Step, playing Carol Foster, a widowed mother whose marriage created a large blended family. The series became a major part of ABC's TGIF lineup and introduced Somers to a younger generation. Carol was warm, energetic, protective, and often the emotional center of a household filled with teenage problems and constant chaos. Somers also became a highly visible entrepreneur during the decade, most famously promoting the Thigh Master. She died in October 2023 at the age of 76 after living with breast cancer for more than 2 decades. Her family had gathered to celebrate what would have been her 77th birthday the following day. For viewers who grew up with Step by Step, she remains inseparable from Friday night television. Number 7 is Braugher. In 1993, Homicide: Life on the Street introduced audiences to Detective Frank Pembleton, one of the most intense and intelligent police characters of the decade. Braugher played him with controlled power, making even a quiet interrogation feel like a confrontation. The role earned him an Emmy and established him as one of television's finest dramatic actors. Years later, a new generation discovered his comic brilliance as Captain Raymond Holt on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Braugher died in December 2023 at the age of 61 from lung cancer. His death shocked colleagues because his illness had been kept private. Before we move to number 6, here's a question. Which 1990s character could you recognize from just one line of dialogue? Keep watching, because the names ahead are tied to some of the decade's biggest shows. Number 6 is Dustin Diamond. To millions of young viewers, he was Samuel Screech Powers, the awkward, enthusiastic, and endlessly loyal friend on Saved by the Bell. Diamond began playing the character before the series received its famous title and remained associated with Screech through several versions of the franchise. Saved by the Bell became a defining Saturday morning show of the early 1990s. While Zach Morris was confident and Kelly Kapowski was the popular girl, Screech was the outsider who often delivered the biggest laughs. Growing up in public, however, made it difficult for Diamond to separate himself from the character once the series ended. In January 2021, he was diagnosed with stage 4 small cell carcinoma. His condition deteriorated quickly, and he died in February at only 44 years old. His death was especially painful for viewers who remembered him as a teenager and suddenly realized how little time had passed. Number 5 is Shannen Doherty. Few actresses are more closely connected to 1990s television. As Brenda Walsh on Beverly Hills 90210, she became one of the faces of the teen drama explosion. Brenda arrived in Beverly Hills as an outsider from Minnesota and quickly found herself navigating romance, friendship, jealousy, family conflict, and the pressures of growing up. Her relationship with Dylan McKay became one of the most discussed television romances of the era. Doherty left the series after 4 seasons, but her image remained permanently connected to 90210. Later in the decade, she found another hit as Prue Hollowell on Charmed. Doherty was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2015. After a period of remission, the disease returned and eventually spread. She spoke openly about treatment and continued working while living with advanced cancer. She died in July 2024 at the age of 53. If Shannen's story brought back memories, take a moment to subscribe and share this video. We are halfway through the countdown, and the final 4 include some of the most recognizable television faces of the entire decade. Number 4 is Bob Saget. To audiences watching Full House throughout the 1990s, he was Danny Tanner, the widowed father trying to raise 3 daughters with the help of his brother-in-law Jesse and best friend Joey. Danny's obsession with cleaning, his long emotional speeches, and his determination to solve every family problem made him one of television's most recognizable dads. Off-screen, Saget's stand-up comedy was more adult, which surprised people who knew only his wholesome sitcom image. He also hosted America's Funniest Home Videos, another enormous television success during the 1990s. Saget was found dead in a Florida hotel room in January 2022 at the age of 65. His family later said authorities concluded he had suffered accidental head trauma, apparently after hitting the back of his head and going to sleep. His sudden death produced an enormous wave of tributes from actors and comedians who remembered his kindness behind the scenes. Number 3 is Luke Perry. When Beverly Hills 90210 became a cultural phenomenon, Dylan McKay quickly emerged as one of its defining characters. With his rebellious image, complicated family life, and relationship with Brenda Walsh, Perry became a global teen idol. At the height of the show's popularity, his face appeared on magazine covers, bedroom walls, and merchandise around the world. In February 2019, Perry suffered a massive stroke at his California home. He died several days later at the age of 52, surrounded by family. His death stunned fans who had watched him as a teenager and still associated him with the youthfulness of the 1990s. Number 2 is Matthew Perry. Friends premiered in 1994 and transformed its 6 leading actors into international stars. As Chandler Bing, Perry turned sarcasm, insecurity, awkwardness, and perfectly timed one-liners into one of television's most quoted characters. Chandler could make a joke when he was uncomfortable, which was almost constantly, but beneath the humor was a character afraid of rejection and desperate to build a stable life. His relationship with Monica allowed audiences to see a more vulnerable side of him. Away from the screen, Perry struggled for years with addiction and later wrote openly about his experiences in his memoir. He said he wanted to be remembered not only for friends, but also for helping people facing addiction. Matthew Perry died in October 2023 at the age of 54. He was found unresponsive in the hot tub at his Los Angeles home. The medical examiner later determined that the acute effects of ketamine were the primary cause of death, with drowning listed as a contributing factor. His passing devastated Friends fans around the world. And now, number 1. This is a face so closely connected to 1990s television that younger viewers discovering the show today can easily forget that the actor has been gone for more than a decade. James Avery played Philip Banks on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but calling him simply Uncle Phil does not fully explain why the character mattered. He was strict, successful, intimidating, intelligent, and deeply loving. He could throw Jazz out of the house in one scene and deliver a serious lesson about family in the next. Avery's greatest moments often came opposite Will Smith. In the famous episode where Will's father abandons him again, Uncle Phil says little. He simply embraces Will as the young man finally breaks down. The scene remains one of the most emotional moments in sitcom history. Avery died on the 31st of December 2013 at the age of 68 from complications following open-heart surgery. His death deeply affected the cast, and Will Smith later described him as one of his greatest teachers in acting, living, and being a respectable human being. From sitcom fathers to teen idols and dramatic detectives, these 8 actors helped define what 1990s television felt like. Their performances remain alive in reruns and streaming, allowing every generation to discover them again. Thank you for watching until the end. Tell us which of these 8 stars you missed the most. Share this tribute with someone who grew up watching 1990s television, and subscribe for more stories honoring unforgettable TV legends.